Welcome to my neighborhood. I'm Pat Sloan and this is my Fireside Chat. I have really fun things to talk about. I have the sew-alongs, our new UFO Friday, and I thought today I would show you the difference between 3 of the Ulfa Rotary Cutters and how you change their blades and just about them, because I just went through and changed all of my blades in my Ulfa Rotary Cutters. So today is July 1st. What does that mean? Yeah, let me tell you about that in a second. But first, I had to hunt for a snack. Do you remember I said last week that I would share snacks? I mean, I don't know how I'm going to find 52 fun snacks. I think you guys better start sending me snacks. Like, send me your favorite snacks so that I can show them and say, this is Christine's favorite snack. Yeah, I think that would be a good plan. So I'm going to use the box this time because really, Raisinets. Yeah, I actually like Raisinets a lot. I don't know why. And I like the milk chocolate ones. I know they're not quite as healthy, but those are the ones that I like. But if you hold up Raisinets in your hand, they don't look that attractive. I don't know how food photographers can make Raisinets look cute, because you have to sort of get the whole logo thing going so you know what you're looking at, right? So anyways, you get to see the box on those. So that is my snack for the week. There's still a few in there, by the way. I didn't eat them all. They're chocolate, and they would be even better if they were raisins, nuts, and chocolate. That would be even better. Okay, so this is July 1st, which means out of this world. Yay! That's my free block of the month. This is one block a month, and that is done for a company called freequiltpatterns.info, which is a website, part of a website system that builds websites for quilt shops. It's one of their jobs. So I have already put everything into the quilt. The quilt doesn't have binding. It's one of my 800 quilts that needs binding, but I have the block. I have the quilt folded up so you can't see the rest, and it's quilted. So there we go. This is the block this week, and fittingly, you know what it has to be, right? If you've been watching the news, it is about the moonwalk. The first moonwalk was 50 years ago on July 20th. So that, I think, is so exciting. 1969. So look, the moons from this fabric. This fabric is so darling. This is why, besides the moonwalk anniversary, this is why I had to design the quilt around the fabric. The fabric came first. I was like, I need to use this fabric. It is so darn cute. There are actually like 8 kits as of the time that I am talking. There were 8 kits left. So if you love the fabric I've been using, you might want to go ahead and get yourself a kit ASAP, because they won't last long. Put that down there. I want to show you the backing fabric. There's one larger print for this line. Make sure to get it right side up so you see the little faces on the moons. So there is the backing fabric. It's a pretty large print, and I just love it. All the little space animals. I particularly like the trio sitting on top of the moon. So that is the backing of the quilt. It is, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing all of yours. You guys have found some incredible space fabric. And then everything I show you will be linked down below. I have all the links to all the projects, anything I show you. And also, if you have not subscribed yet, if you would do that and click the bell. I don't know on your iPhones where the bell is. I don't have iPhone, but on your Android phones, you should be able to see the bell. It's right next to the word subscribe, and on your browser, like on the PC or a laptop, if you go to a browser, you should see it just fine. So subscribe and click the bell, because then you always get a notice when I have new videos. Alrighty, what else? We had okay, I've got everything piled up here. The second block in Winter Wonderland, if you didn't see that yet, here was the Scotty dog. So cute. So I need to see more of your Scotty dogs showing up in the Facebook group. Okay, we're a little lacking there so far. It is the sleigh bell sampler from this book, Winter Wonderland, which has a lot of other projects. There's tons of projects. Let me find, like, this is a gorgeous quilt that's in there. There's just a lot of projects, so it's a really good deal. All right, so those are the two things, and then Block Wednesday is today. And did I bring that block? Yesterday's block? No, I didn't get that out. So the courthouse steps. I actually have them over on my PC screen, but that's too far away for you to see. So the courthouse steps is the block for this week, and I forget her name, but somebody used it to do one little like a baby size quilt in repeat. It is so darling. I put it up on my page, also the business page. I also put it on my Instagram, so if you're on either of those, you can go and see that, and you should be on those. You should be. It's a lot of fun. All right, so starting tomorrow, Tuesday, July 2nd, depending on when you're watching this, is a super fun, super fast little mini Christmas sew-along. So Christmas in July, I just love Christmas in July because then you're ready, you have projects ready, and the block will release, and I am thrilled that my Bonnie Lane fabric came in time so that I can use that to make my mini quilt. So here is a sneak peek. I know, I'm not showing you anymore. That's it. My block all full. See, I even put the Wonder Clip up there so that I didn't accidentally drop it and show you the block. It's not fair. Can't show you yet. But this is it. This is what it'll look like. But I want to show you the fabric because I have two parts to my giveaway. I'm going to give two giveaways this week. Yes, and one of them will be a bundle of Bonnie Lane that I'm using in this Merry Mini sew-along. Yeah, exciting. Cue the angels. The angels sing. So we get my remote out of the way so I don't accidentally click it. So here is Bonnie Lane, and I'll scoot in a little bit and push this. Oops, here we go. Here we go. So this is the main floral, which comes in several colorways. So there's the peach version, and there's the green, and there's yardage, in fact, quarter bundles and half yard bundles in. But somebody will win a piece of each of these that I'm holding right here. So there's the main floral, and I love this one. Has a little bit of a shimmer there. Can you see? It's called Pearl, a little bit of shimmer. And then this beautiful tonal rose, which my mom's favorite flower is the rose. And since she is Bonnie Lane, that's where this came from. And this gorgeous scroll work, it's got the little pops of yellow in it. I have a stripe because this is like the porch awnings. You know, my great-grandmother had a porch awning that was green, but it was very much like this. It looked, you know, those stripes. And then here's the little tiny print that has, and also another little shimmer to it. That's in gray, and there it is in the blue. You can see a little shimmer. And this I love. I love the design of it. It's sort of like a honeycomb, and they're teeny weeny, I don't know, I think they look like little tiny butterflies. I'll get even closer. And that has the shimmer. So somebody will win a bundle of all of that. So I will cut up a custom bundle, and next week I will pull a name for that. And tomorrow, all of you have to sew along. You have to. It's required. You didn't know that? You didn't read the bylaws? You gotta read the bylaws. The neighborhood bylaws, right? Look at your covenant. It says you must do all Pat's sew-alongs. Yeah, so we're gonna start that one tomorrow. So a few other pieces of Bonnie Lane, like I showed you the green, and I have a really beautiful charcoal, and this is one of my favorites. Prints in there, like a really nice basic print that is easy to use. Here's the tonal in the, so there we go, like the peach. Let's see, and I've got a blue stripe. Oh, I showed you the blues already. Oh, there's a, whoops, here's the sort of little butterflies there. Yeah, I'm making a big mess here. Here it is in green and the scroll work. So that's all in the, it's coming to the stores. I'll put a link down to the Fat Quarter Shop who has it in stock, and I know there are other stores who have it. So if you ask your favorite shop, contact them, write them, and ask them if they have Bonnie Lane coming in, if it's in yet. If not, maybe they can get it ordered for you. So that'd be super fabulous. Now, what else happened? Oh, this happened. This happened, which is super exciting for me. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of magazines, like a lot of magazines. Practically all the magazines I've done work with at some point or another. And there is a French language magazine, and it's only published in French. And I have done designs for them for many years. One of my friends who was on the internet early like I was, did a lot of work for the magazine, and she liked my style and thought that the French quilters would like it. And so I had a lot of work in there. And the other day, the publisher, Vivian's, not the other day, it was like 9 months ago. Yes, the other day. She wrote me because she saw one of my quilts. She saw the solstice quilt, red and white, that I was photographing outside. And I had pictures up on Instagram. And so she wrote me and said, could they publish that in their magazine? So this is the magazine. It's like a book. See, it's like perfect, but it's like a book. And what they did is a beautiful article. I'll be in 2 parts. So this is part 1. And here's the page. So they took and did a whole beautiful article about me and my projects. See, there's our summer projects, like that are up on the wall here, right? And so we sent all the photos, and my publisher sent the photos. It's like 4 pages. And then look how gorgeous. They hung my solstice quilt above this beautiful sofa, and they did a whole this has half the quilt blocks are in this magazine, and then the next magazine will have the other half. And so if you're in France, look for Magic Patch. And if you have French friends, ask them to take a look for it. So it's a beautiful magazine. They always do such a nice job. Now let's talk about Fridays, finishing things on Friday, UFO Friday. I want to move this out of the way. Okay, UFO Friday, I finished the Ballerina Quilt, and it went in a box today and went to the spa. You know, the spa. The spa is where my quilts get quilted by Cindy and Dennis Dickinson. So I don't quilt them, the big ones. And I wanted to show you here. I wanted to show you what was in this, what that ballerina fabric was, because a lot of people were confused when I called it the Ballerina Quilt. So here is the fabric, and that's a Heather Ross, an older Heather Ross Tiger Lily or something like that is the fabric line name. But I wanted to show it to you. So that means I need to have a new, I need a new UFO to finish. So I'm going to move the camera here because I want to show you. I'm going to swing it around and over to my design wall. There we go. Whoop. There's my design wall. So I will, that up there is my Splendid Sampler 1 blocks on the wall. So I put them all up there. To me, they look like cotton candy. They are so exciting to me to look at. And I'm trying to decide, now this is a 9x9 setting. So that's 90 block, that's 81 blocks, 9x9 setting. But I think I'm going to go for an 8x10 setting and so have, what is it? 8x10, which will be 80 blocks. So one of the blocks will go in the back for the label. I think I'm going to do that because then I can hang it here in the studio behind me oh wait, let me go back there. So I can hang it in the studio behind me on this wall behind me and switch out that quilt. So that'll be what I'm doing. I need to take the rows and I need to cut sashing and cornerstones. But somebody asked about a design wall. So I'm trying to maneuver this camera backwards. Okay, so there's my design wall. I'm going to go all the way up. Do you see the top of it? That that long piece that you see bolted to the wall, there's two of them. About in the middle of this, right above, do you see where the gingerbread man is? And the heart, right above the heart block, there is a seam. A lot of the blocks are on it, but if you look on the right and the left, you can see the seam. So there's two of these stacked, one on top of the other. And what they are is they're insulation board that you would put in your house, and then I spray glued flannel to them. So that is what they are, and then they are bolted to the wall. So take a look, and I'm going to swing us back around, and there's my Jubilant sitting over there. Yay! I need to do some sewing with her, with you guys. So I want to tell you a little bit more about that design wall, because I think it was Kathy in the group asked, do I need a design wall? What are they? Why do you have them? And they're important because they help you see what's going on. I could not imagine designing anything on the floor where I had to keep moving it, or on a bed where I had to keep moving it, or not putting them out at all, just sort of randomly sewing things together. I wouldn't be able to get the balance. I wouldn't be able to see the perspective of it. Most of my quilts I love to make to actually hang and look at, and so I want to see them from that viewpoint. Plus just maneuvering them if you have the space. About what I showed you there used to not be bolted to the wall. So this is a very doable design wall for anybody. You do not need wall space. I used to have those just standing in front of bookcases. I had two bookcases, and then I had these foam boards covered in the flannel, just leaned them up against the bookcase and the second one next to it, and so that was it. I didn't have to take up hardly any space. They're only like, I don't know, half an inch thick. You know, they take up no space if you have something you can put them in front of. They don't need to have their own wall space. I prefer I could have storage behind there, but this room is too tiny. I don't have, it's a small room. I have this very, very small house, so I have to be very inventive. You know, I prefer I could have storage behind that, but like before, when I had it in when I had it in one of the bedrooms upstairs. But I don't, that's what I have. So that is how I feel like a design wall should work. I had another question. Let me get that question up so I can do the question. So I thought I'd do a couple questions today. Jackie had one. And let's see, what did she ask me? Oh yeah, so Jackie, hey, Jackie said, oh, it was Karen that asked about the design wall, not a Kathy, it was Karen. So Jackie says, how do you keep track and stay focused on all your projects? I've been working on a few, but sometimes I fall behind and lose interest. So couple of things there. One is it's my job. Okay, so it's my job to do all of this. So that makes it I'm very scheduled, and I have to meet deadlines, and I have to have things ready to show you, because otherwise I wouldn't have a business. So you have to remember, when you look at what I do, it's my job, it's a business. But take that part away. Even, how do you stay motivated? How do you, keep on schedule when you're doing a lot of projects? I like to have a list. I'm a list maker. So if you've never done list, try it. But also have deadlines. I think deadlines, no matter whether they're for a business, because I have to finish it to show you, or you're doing it for yourself. You want to stay on track. Like, let's say you're doing my block a week. Well, if you can't do it on Wednesday, do it on Thursday. If you can't do it on Friday, say you're going to do it on Saturday night. But be sure that you do it, that you meet your deadline, instead of always waiting, like to sort of pushing it off. If you like to keep a schedule, I keep things in a table, like a table format in a document where I write everything, so I can see what's going on, what's finished, what's not finished, and I keep track. But you also look at your environment. I think a lot of times our own environment is our worst enemy, because we let it get messy and cluttered, and you can't find things, you don't have any place to store stuff, and you're working on it, you don't know where all the parts are. So that's a demotivator. It is not exciting to work on it if it's a chore to get it all out. So if you can carve even a small space in your home somewhere that is yours to leave projects out, these bins are fabulous because you can put the whole project in the bin and then you can stack them, which I have. Let me show you. Whoops, over in my, see there's my whole, my koala unit on the side there. There's all my bins. That's one of the things I did was redo all those bins, and those 2 slots are these 2 I have over here right now, and they go all the way down to the floor, except for the one shelf, which right now I'm keeping iron and other sprays and things like that. So I don't want to give up that shelf at the moment because those things, if they're not in there, they have to go somewhere. So I would prefer right now to not do that. But these bins are fabulous. They really keep you on track, and then you know how many projects you have, and then prioritizing. That's the last thing I would say, is prioritizing. What is most important? What do you want to, this is your hobby. So for those of you, this is your hobby, which is most of you watching, you want to do the things that are most fun. If it's fun for you, if you've gotten to the point where it's not fun, a project, look at it and say, why is it not fun? Is it because it got complicated? Is it because something didn't work out? Did you lose interest in it? Why did you lose interest? Look at the why and then see if that's something you can fix, or maybe you really did lose interest. I'm a firm believer that sometimes we only need to make a little bit of a project and then we're satisfied. All of a sudden we're like, oh, okay, I'm done. I did that part. I really don't need to make the rest of the 90 blocks that go into there. I made 10 and I'm happy with that. So sew up the 10 and be done with that project. You don't have to go to full completion on everything if it's sucking this, the life out of you. Be sure it's fun. It is your hobby, and that's the part. I mean, it's also my hobby, which is weird. It's my business and my hobby. But if I think, well, what I want to do if I'm not like doing the regular work, it's like I want to sew something. I want to make something for fun. That's why I do a lot of sew-alongs with the Fat Quarter Shop. It's like they're fun for me to do. All right, so that's that stuff. That means I have the Splendid sampler on the wall there for my next UFO to work on, but I need a faster UFO than that. I think I'm going to set that pretty simple, but I still have to cut all the sashings and sew them and all of that. So I really, 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 really need to do this one. I made one of the sew samplers. I've changed it from this to a table runner. And I seriously need to base this tonight and sew it. So there it is, because I would like to give it away on the 4th of July, and that is only a few days away. It's the 1st, so if I don't get it done soon, it's not going to happen, right? So that has to happen. The next thing I want to show you, so that is my Friday UFO. So I have to work on this before Friday. But the other UFO I want to work on is this one, which, whoops, got the case wrong. Let me show you this one. This is the orange quilt with the Betty's, what is it called? Betty's Diner or something fabric. I've forgotten what it is now. But I was working on this one. You watched me work on this one a long time. And I am doing that setting, but in orange, using, this is the Perfect 10. Whoops, where's the book? Yeah, that's the Perfect 10 book, which I think is a fabulous investment. And the ruler, yes, I know you can cut stuff without this ruler, but it's really a nice ruler and makes it so easy for these patterns. It's quick. So, whoops. So anyways, these, let me just show you a block. So I have them all pinned and ready to go. See? So this is this one should be, it's probably faster than the Splendid sampler. So I think I'm going to get this and the Splendid sampler as my next UFO things to work on, because that will move them out of here. There's a lot of orange in this. I don't know where it's going when it's done, but it's sort of peachy orange. I think it's fun. I love it. It goes with those fabrics. It's so cute to me. So those two. But first will be that table runner. That table runner has to be done for UFO Friday. Okay. Let me show you what came in the sampler box. And if you've already seen it, pretend you haven't. Because I haven't. I don't watch the Fat Quarter Shop's reveal. I just show you on the next Fireside Chat that I have. And so let me show you that quick, and then we will look at the rotary cutters. So here we go. Open it up, open. Did I unlock it? Oh, good grief, I didn't even undo it. Okay, let me get the rotary cutter. There we go. See, I really didn't even unlock it. Open it up. They always have this really darling cover on here. It says be our guest. So that is the theme, and the colors usually reflect it. And on the back then there's always a coupon. So the coupons are good. They're for a book and a Martingale books, charm packs, pillow inserts. Ooh, that's good stuff. So they have a little card that shows you everything that's in here. So what do we got? This is, I don't know what this is, needle storage tubes. Oh, all right. So last month in the sampler box we had needles. Here are storage tubes. So those are always good to have. It's always good to be able to, put them in something. And then we have cleaning brushes. I actually have used these, and I like them because they're very flexible. Let me just open this up quick and I'll show you. These are so they're flexible. So that means like I could sort of like bend them a little bit and get them into places in my sewing machine and keep them clean. How do you like my nails? I did these fun nails with they're like you peel them and put them on. I just did them today. So the verdict is out, but they're pretty neat. The glitter was a little hard to get the edges nice, but other than that, I like them. So here we have 2 charm packs. Wow. Walkabout by Sherry McConnell and Chelsea Stratton, who are both doing the mini Christmas tomorrow. They're on that, plus Bev McCulloch. And then we have Strawberry Jam by Corey Yoder. Oh, I love Corey's fabric. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Yellows. What's in this one? Ooh, I like the textures. I like that. I like the stripe with the little X's. That's cute stuff. So then they gave us a pattern that goes just with, so these gals, Corey and Sherry, just did a new book together. These two designers. And that's from Martingale. So there's some, the book is called Sunday Best, is what the name of their book is. And so here's some bonus pillows done for your Sew Sampler box. And then Corey has this great pattern called Goodness Grows. Now I haven't been sewing these myself, so I'm not totally sure if I'm going to. I have to think about it. I have a lot of other stuff going on this month, so I doubt it. And yay, look at this. We got a wool mat. That's an awesome size. So I showed you these the other week. That's really cool. I will link to all of these things that are available at the Fat Quarter Shop. So if you want to buy just the little mini wool mat, or you love these charms or the cleaners, these really are a good thing to have around. And there's quite a few in the packet, which is nice. So I will do that. I will get that all linked out there for you. Okay, while we're down here, let me show you the 3 rotary cutters. So there's what I would call the basic rotary cutter, which is this one, the red one, which is sort of how they all started. This is the format of them, and they have a screw back on here, so that when you undo it to change the blade, you take the screw off, and there's a washer which curves up. I always think it curves up like a smiley face, like it's not really a smiley face, but you might think happiness is a new blade, so it smiles, and that goes straight up. And then when you change the blade, it falls off the other side, and then you fix the blade and you put this back on. So that is sort of the basic rotary cutter. It opens and closes. It's not It's, you know, it's nice. It's not super ergonomic, like our more ergonomic ones, but it is very nice. I love the feel of it and how it works. Then you have, turn it this way for you. Then we have the more ergonomic one, which is this newer one, and this is the True Blue, which just came out. Plus there's little mats. Oh, I don't have the tiny blue mat out, but there's navy mats and the two navy True Blue rotary cutters. They're brand new, and this has the quick release. So if you do not like to change rotary cutters blades, this is the one you need. All you do is pull that back, and there it fell out, right? And when it fell out, you would just remove it, clean everything, because all these things need cleaned. I know I'm holding that very gently. Do not hyperventilate. And then you put a new one on. You just push this on top and clamp it back in. It's the easiest thing in the universe to change your rotary cutter blade. And then when you're cutting, you pull it manually back and close it shut. The other one is a little bit more what I would call is ergonomic. First of all, it locks, so you cannot open it at all. Like right now, I'm squeezing the handle, I cannot open it. If I want to have it in open position, I push the red button in, and now when I close it to cut, the rotary blade is exposed. So to lock it again, you push the button back, and now it's locked. And this one also has the wing nut, the screw and the wing nuts. Smiley face, they go up, up, up. So that is the difference in how the three rotary cutters look and work. This is my current favorite, although if I'm doing a lot of cutting, I will go to this one because it's a bit more ergonomic and has a sort of sweep in the handle. You know, like I feel like I get a nicer grip on it. So I would go with that one. So we have giveaway time, giveaway time. Two things. One is this week. Oh, let me tell you the winner from last week first. Let's do that. Yay! The winner from last week, and this is what they were getting. So I will list their fabric bundle. This fabric bundle from me, that is some fig tree fabric that is so beautiful. And then from Heather Black, her set of patterns, which are gorgeous. This is my favorite one. And her quilt company is Quiltachusis. And the winner of that is, let me see, I have that note here. Last week was all about picnic food. Oh my goodness, I was so hungry reading all of your things. There are so many cool recipes on there. The winner is Jenny Naylor, whose favorite picnic food is something called a picnic cake. It's a cake with raisins, and the topping is brown sugar walnuts and chocolate chips. And it has no icing, therefore it's a picnic cake because it's not so messy. Oh, I like that. So this is all going to go to Jenny. I'll be emailing you. What I thought is like, that was so much fun to see all those recipes. Do you, tell me in the comments, do you like getting those recipe books like are put together by the churches and civic groups and the quilt groups, with all the different recipes? Those are always so cool. Tell me if you like those. So my giveaway this week is a bundle of my blue, and I'll throw a yellow in, of Bonnie Lane. That will go to one person, and another person will get my new Perfect Box of Neutrals thread from Aurifil. Yay! So we have two winners, and the question, we're going to go, I'm interested in sort of what you do that's not quilting. So do you love quilting, but what other kind of things do you do to relax or to have fun? Do you like to crochet, knit, scrapbook, take photography, read a book, go watch a movie? Do you like to maybe run? Do you belong to a bridge club? Do you play tennis? What other thing do you do? I'm really interested. And I'm also curious if you would like me to write a little bit more about the things that I like to do that are not quilting, because I stay very quilting focused in my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. But if you're interested in the other things that I do, I kind of started a website to write about that, and I do write few little things over on my business page. But if you like that, leave me a note about that if you're interested, and I will maybe pick up doing that a bit more, maybe once a week or something. I might toss it in on our Friday, UFO Friday. I'm doing sort of a list of different things, and like this past week I showed a book that I'm reading that's not a quilt book and really nothing to do with quilting. So that's a book I'm reading, so I put that in there. So I can always just toss something in there that's they call them lifestyle things. Like really, it's like, what is my life outside of quilting? So if that interests you, let me know. So I'm just very excited about UFO Friday. A lot of you have written me and you are just on board. This is going to be such a great way for us to keep track. I have a link down here. So you need to subscribe here to my YouTube, and if you're at my Facebook group watching this, pop on over. And I'm running this also on Instagram in the IGTV. So if you're watching it in the IGTV, come over to YouTube and at least click the subscribe, because then hit the bell, because then you'll get notifications. I'm Pat Sloan, and I will see you online. We are going to have a lot of fun this week. Bye-bye.